in the world today, this can't be heaven. But if it was, I enjoyed myself while I was here. I ain't gonna complain. I woke up every day until that day stopped. Love, what it is, cuz?
What's up,
Cuz, you in the building?
Hey.
Yes, I'm definitely
I'm gonna say this.
I was on my way. What?
She empty handed. Turn her mic off.
I'm
what you got? Turn her mic off until she get right.
Hold on,
but look,
you is terrible. Don't never ever turn my mic off.
What you got? But all right, look. What? Do I think it's a? I think it's a heaven and a hell. Honestly, I did both. I think it's both.
You think it's both?
Yeah. Reason being heaven. Like honestly, I think you know how the movie when somebody die, your spirit come out, they look at you, and I believe that.
You believe that?
Like when your life flash before you, I believe that. But I think heaven, honestly, is a place where it's a meeting ground, and they looking over us, but you with your loved ones.
Right.
But if you cruddy, you somewhere burning, and it's crazy. I just looked at something about hellfire and all of that. So
you believe?
I believe in heaven.
I try not.
I think I'm going.
I try not to believe in hell. I think hell is when.
Hold up.
I think hell is when your spirit just stays here.
Could be.
You think we living on hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely possible. That we living on hell.
And when
I believe it.
Like I had a different outlook on funerals when I went to my close friend funeral, like 2015.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, and I was thinking, like, you know,
the Artist Exchange Radio.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities and succeed.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now.
What's up and welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. It's me, your host Nate, along with Mr.
HullyWood in the building. How y'all doing out there?
It's weird. So we're here today on this fall, spring, summer, winter day. So how was your Valentine's Day, sir?
Valentine's Day was pretty cool. Sit back, watch TV. I think that was pretty much my Valentine's Day.
That was your boo? That was nothing with your boo?
Sit down,
or potential boo, or
that's about it. We sat back,
yesterday
watched TV,
boo,
and that was just pretty much the gist of it.
No candy or chocolate or whipped cream.
They got chocolate. I didn't get no chocolate. You know what I'm saying? But
why?
I don't know. Not a big chocolate fan. I got some balloons though. Balloons is 3 cards. The cards are beautiful.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
How was yours?
I'm not a romantic type of person, whether y'all believe that or not. I'm not really. I'm not gonna say I'm not. It's not coming from me. Right. If it's there, it's not mine. I'm not gonna claim that. But I got to go and see. Black Panther, and I'm not a big comic book, Marvel, anything, but I definitely went to go see that. That was my Valentine's Day gift. So that was a nice gift.
So you went on a date with yourself?
No, I didn't give it to myself. It was given to me, sir.
Oh, okay. So
respect the gangster.
Someone treated you.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your views on it?
I mean, I didn't expect anything less. It was really good. I'm a costume person, so I watch for costumes and such. So that was my takeaway. That was what I look for.
Was there costumes relevant? Yeah, to the time they were using?
Well, they used a lot of, you saw a lot of like African patterns and such, but it was kind of futuristic, so it looked tribal, but it was like futuristic. There were a lot of stuff looked, I'm not gonna say it looked normal, but everything wasn't like so costumey. But so it didn't feel like this epic period piece. But it was definitely very culturally sound and such. But I love it. And we're gonna talk more about the Black Panther problems, boycotting and stuff like that later on in the segment. So stay tuned in. You can call us if you want to talk to us about it. 410-702-5657. Eric, if you look on the Facebook page that's up, you'll see Tracy Jiggett's reaction. It's like Tracy Jiggett she's on the video. I hope I didn't close it out, but we're gonna hear hers later too. If you could pull that up from me.
Is her reaction to the Black Panther?
Yeah, I love Tracy. Tracy is my big sister. And if you don't know Tracy Jiggett's, what rock are you under? But Tracy Jiggett's is a crybaby. I would just tell you, I'm not sensitive to the point of crying. If I cry, I'm about to fight you. That's just, if you bring me to tears,
so next time
I want to fight.
If I see a teardrop come, I'm asking you who you swinging on.
And by that time, it's too late to even ask. You need to just.
I mean, I should be good if I ain't doing it. Means you.
No, you'll know if it's you. Like you know if it's you, but.
So now I know if I'm gonna cry. Always just be ready right there on guard.
Don't be. I mean, it's too late to be on guard.
If I see the tear come, I know now. So.
I'm just saying, like.
I see the first sign of eyes watering up. I'm just gonna tee off where you first.
You see a teardrop, that's it. I'm done. Like I don't. And I'm not a fighter, but if you bring me to tears, I'm about to fight you. Okay. That's just I can't get any more complicated than that. That's just what it's gonna be.
That's like sometimes if I get mad, I get angry and I start probably stuttering. And
Now, I used to stutter a lot as a child, and when I get mad, I do have a bit of a stutter because it's my words get jumbled up. But I don't have that problem as much. Right. I went through a lot of speech classes and such, but it's not so much. See, it's levels to my anger. When I'm mad at you, you might get a stutter. Right. That's like a precursor to let this be. Just walk away now. Shut up, basically. But tears are definitely a sign of aggression, and I'm about to fight you. There's no like, oh, maybe I should be quiet now. No, it's done. It's at that point because the moment I realize I'm crying, it's not even embarrassing to me. I already know what's about to happen. So I know you have gone to a point where you can't return, and I've gone to a moment where I can't return. So that's pretty much what it is. Also today, myself and Mr. HullyWood, we got to go to the Peel Center, and we took part in 2 events. Actually, it was 2 events today. One from 11 to 12, and then 12 to 1. Was that it? Was it that early? Yeah, 11 to 12 to 1. Yeah, so from 11 to 12-ish, almost 12, there's the annual Heritage Foundation's grant award program where they award various amounts to local organizations. I believe, I want to say in the Baltimore City area.
Because they was mostly naming like the Black Theater. No, because they said something about the Smith. Well, wait, did the Smithsonian donate?
Well, people donate towards it, or certain organizations that are affiliated with certain things, but they're mainly art organizations.
Yeah, because it was a Black Wax Museum.
That was it.
The Walters Art
That was
Museum.
it. That's the only one I was listening to. I say to you, know what's going on in your city. Don't complain. So again, that goes into another topic we're gonna talk about later on, but know what's going on in your city because most people don't know that these grants exist. Right. You have to be a certain type of organization, more grants and community based, and they give out grants for various things. Like if you're an art organization that's a nonprofit, and say like the Peel Center is getting a grant to help them repair and refurbish the facade of their building. Right. They have a repair and reproduction program. That's not reproduction.
And for the ones who don't know about the Peel Center, that's the first school of color.
The first school dedicated towards people in color in Baltimore City.
Correct.
And it used to be the City Hall. It used to be the spot for City Hall. So it has a big. So go to thepeelcenter.org and you'll be able to read up on their history and such. And we'll be working with them more often, and you'll see us there live stream. If you go to our Artist Exchange page, you'll be able to see the live from both events. The second event was a Listen and Learn project that they're doing over the next couple of months where they have a guest speaker come in. Today was actually Dr. Philip Morrill. He's a historian, an educational enthusiast, if you will, but he loves history, he loves artifacts, and specifically Black artifacts. Anything dealing with education. The kind of presentation we got today was his take on just a lot of artifacts like diplomas from Baltimore. Like his specialty is Baltimore City, but he works within that realm. And I actually got to go out to lunch to Ida B's. Shout out to Ida B's. And I got to talk to him and his mom. Well, mainly his mom, Miss Betty Morrill. And it's just a wealth of information. Come to find out, we've actually met before. He came to my middle school. I went to St. Ignatius Loyola Academy. Shout out to them. They used to be down on Calvert and Madison Street. So he actually came and did these presentations there, and I felt ridiculously old because I couldn't remember. And it's probably gonna come to me at some point, but he came down there a couple times. So that's the connection that we had. And he just, I got to learn about their history and their their family and just his work, and that his family actually has a business that they all kind of get together, and his component is the history component, where he teaches and does lectures and seminars and workshops on history and artifacts and teaching people about their history, specifically here in the Baltimore City area. He's done a lot of work in bringing that to the forefront. And we want to do more out and about projects like that, where we partner with organizations and we come and maybe do a live or host a workshop series or lecture series or talk back series with you. So if you want to get in touch with us, you can hit us up at the Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com. We help promote your event. We help host your event. We help coordinate your event. So if you want to do a talk back, whether it be something more creative or educational based, we're there to help. I love doing those types of talkbacks, so definitely hit us up again, the Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com. Don't forget also, we're here every Friday at 7 p.m. and every Saturday at 12 p.m. Here on our illustrious station, Be Exposed Radio. If you yourself have a radio show, or you've thought of starting a radio show, or you want to just bring your show here, hit me up. info@beexposedradio.com. Put in the subject box, Nate, I want a show. That's Nate, I want a show. And I'll definitely smooth things out and make things happen for you. So hit us up. What else? We have some awesome guests coming next week, tomorrow, in the near future. If you want to be booked or featured on our show, hit me up at the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Send me your bio, links to your work, a beautiful headshot of yourself, both near and far, this country, your country, our country. No matter where you are, we'll definitely interview you. We're looking to do some on-location interviews, so hit us up. We can be there, so let us know. Today is we're doing a bunch of hot topics today. We do hot topics a little bit different here. Like, I kind of pick out mainly creative art stories, but we kind of try to take a new route to it in terms of teachable moments, because I don't care about rich people problems, and I'm not looking to like jack up ratings by talking about people or gossip and stuff like that. So celebrities, if you have a teachable moment and I can translate that to something that I think is worthwhile, I'll definitely talk about it. But if you want to hear something on our show, hit us up, the Artist Exchange Radio Show. If you want to come on and join one of our hot topic moments, definitely hit us up. This show is for you. This is a platform where people get heard. It's a platform for people to connect with a wider range of audiences and listeners, and we want you to join in the conversation. We're not just here to stroke people's egos or to do, candid selfies and stuff like that. We actually do want to talk to people and learn more about what your story is and what your involvement in whatever your passion is. So if you want to be booked, hit me up directly at the Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com, and I always return your message at my earliest convenience. Most times right back because I'm attached to my phone. But this has been an awesome week, an interesting week. Yeah. Valentine's kind of set the mood.
And also, just for Valentine's Day, I do want to say that's just sending prayers out to the family of the children that was murdered in Florida.
Yeah, another school shooting has happened, and it's kind of crazy because they keep happening back to back. And you would think that we would have tougher gun laws, but nope. Our old trusty 45, he's reversed the agreement that, the bill that Obama put into place, limiting or restricting gun permits being given to people with known mental disorders that limit their ability to be able to reason or handle their own financial affairs. They were supposed to be limited or restricted from actually gaining access to guns legally. And old Trustee 45 has reversed that. And we can say thank you to him and to all the many people that support gun legislation for semi-automatic weapons. But we're going to go to a quick break. Please don't go anywhere. If you're on the live with us right now, Facebook or YouTube, please share it out. Please let your friends know. Invite a few people in. Come on back. Join us. Join the conversation. And we want to hear from you. 410-702-5657. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. So don't go anywhere.
And the guy, my friend was like, hey, there's a young lady walking down. He's like, hey, you should go holler at her. And I'm like, nah, man. I'm a shy guy anyway, so I'm not going to do that. But he's like, yeah, do it, man. Go ahead, do it. So I said, hey, how are you? She kept walking past, and my friend also yelled out something as well. So she had stopped and she had looked at us or whatever, and she said, this was the day before Christmas too, it was so bad. And she's like, God damn it, it's Christmas. Like, leave me alone. And I'm like, what's wrong? I'm just trying to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally trying to talk to her. I'm catcalling. And I'm thinking, like, it's funny. You know what I mean? I'm literally thinking, this is a couple years ago. I'm literally thinking, like, this is funny. Huh? You know what I mean? Like, whatever. We get into that bar and she's there. Okay, and she lays me out.
Good for her.
She lays me out. I tell you, I mean, little do I know, I had dealt with a hardcore feminist that day. She even told me, she's like, I'm a feminist. You did not know that. You do not know who I am. You do not know where I'm from. You do not know who I know.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Shepsworth Bentley, and if you haven't heard last week's show, make sure you guys go into BeExposedRadio.com's Facebook page or YouTube page and check it out, because you don't want to miss it. Our next show is going to be next Sunday, every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m., Homegrown Radio, new, fresh Baltimore radio.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show.
You know what I'm saying? And I just came home from jail. I've been home maybe 6 months, 7 months, somewhere around there. And I'm so tired of losing people.
Right.
So when I wrote this song, like, I cried while I wrote it. I cried listening to the instrumental that was made by Doughboy Music. I even cried recording it. And when I got to the part where, like, I broke down on the song, my brother was like, yo, you want me to stop it? And I was like, nah, just let it rock. You know what I'm saying? Because in situations like when you lose people, especially the violence, it do something to you. Especially coming from there. And, trying to change the whole situation around to try to do something positive, and you just keep losing people. Keep losing, and it's hard, man.
It's something that when you losing somebody to something that is like cancer, where you couldn't prevent it, it's just, a lottery system, but
it don't hurt as bad.
Right, but when it's something senseless,
and it's taken
could have been prevented.
Right.
Kind of makes you it's an added element. It's an added element to the grief that you feel when it's a senseless act of violence.
So in terms of using your music to help your communities, how do you see that happening for you?
My next one's here.
It's very much so possible because I have songs that
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, and real live. Be Exposed Radio.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous.
You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You are tuned in to BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What's up, and welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. I don't do ratchet news. I don't do ratchet topics, but this is the ratchet segment, and this is as far as it's going to go. So, there are two sides to every story. So, not this Monday, the last Monday before that, the Monday before that, there's a show called The Queen's Court. It's online, YouTube, Facebook Live, and it's hosted by T.S. Madison, and it was originally hosted by Kaya, the Thug Mistress. That's what she called herself. And she's been doing this show like on her Periscope or whatever for years. And she eventually matched up with T.S. Madison, and you saw her go through other different platforms, other radio shows, and you can tell it didn't really last. So she joined up with T.S. Madison, who had an awesome career as a YouTuber or as a vlogger, and they matched up, and it was going great. So, not this week, but last week, they had Monique on, and it was kind of a big thing. And T.S. Madison let out this, statement in response to Kaya's statement. And I'll get to Kaya's last, but Kaya let hers out first. So we realized what the story with Kaya was. Supposedly, T.S. Madison went to another vlogger's house and saw how they were set up and wanted the same thing in preparation for Monique to get there and just moving them up generally. Right. Kaya didn't like this. Kaya liked basic type crap. But the thing with Kaya was, I don't believe she was necessarily getting paid for everything that she was doing online. And T.S. Madison has gotten used to being paid for it. So they had allegedly been making money doing this. And, a lot of the vloggers will show you like their statements from YouTube and such. Once they get to a certain level of listeners to a specific post, they get paid for that. Okay. And so there was this. A lot of stuff went wrong, and we talked about this last week. A lot of technical things went wrong, and Kaya decided to leave. Well, Kaya explained herself and said, well, it was too much going on, and nobody was listening, and everything was last minute, and, T.S. Madison was doing a lot of extra stuff, and they didn't need all that extra stuff, and she kept, saying, and I agreed with her once the story, because both of them had stayed quiet for a week. We didn't hear anything really from either of them, especially Kaya didn't say anything. So Tuesday, that's when Kaya went live and spilled her case after the week was over. She was like, they just posted this little, it looked like the show was going to go live this week, but it kind of hinted to, it started the live, and it basically was like a montage of all the clips and the little sound bites, and at the end it says we'll be coming back March the 19th. Well, Kaya was like, I'm not doing that, I'm not coming back. And it was a lot of speculation that she had quit altogether, and she basically said on Tuesday, I quit, I'm not doing it. The crazy part is she started this, but what we found out when T.S. Madison later Tuesday did her vlog is T.S. Madison legitimized everything. She registered the name. Right. She registered it, so she owns it now. Right. And T.S. Madison is ready to move forward. She set a date for it. They supposed to be, so they travel with the Queen's Court. So I guess they do it as like a stand-up or like a live version of what they do. It's kind of like they did like a spoof on a court show, and they like put celebrities on trial.
And we just have people in the audience just watching it.
Yeah. So they did it, but they do their show as if it's a trial. So they do these fictitious. Well, the stories are supposedly, allegedly real, but they bring celebrities on trial for like random things, and it's not necessarily something that they may have did, but it's like a joke sometimes. But it got real with Monique, and Kaya kind of went off with her doing the malfunctioning, but she then on Tuesday really went off on her, and sometimes her anger is displaced. So once Kaya went off, all of these vloggers came out and started pulling the story down and doing their own version, their reaction to what they thought. And I really felt sorry for T.S. Madison, because when T.S. Madison came out and gave her explanation, one, she said Kaya blocked her. And she hadn't talked to Kaya since it all happened. But it was crazy to me that it even became a story or was even part of their thing. And for me, it wasn't even a messiness. It was just how it was just unraveling. Right. You know, it felt like T.S. Madison was explaining herself and really looking bad in terms of trying to take up for Kaya, and Kaya didn't really care. And part of this story for me is just knowing who's around. I said this last week. Just know who around you. Like, who has your back, you know, who has your, you know, your best interest at heart, who's going to be there for you when it does get rough, when it does get hard. And for you to quit something that you started and be like, over one incident, like, you really wasn't into it that much anyway.
Or did you already have something that was building up and that was just like the thing?
No, you know, you can even tell from her explanation. It was more so when success seems, the moment that success starts, it's a lot of stuff that happens, a lot of bloopers, a lot of things that go wrong, a lot of things go bad, and it just seemed like when she gets to that point, like, everything gets thrown off for her. We see that in her musical career. Like, things started happening to her in terms of being a part of a song, but then you don't see her in a music video, like the Janet Jackson video she was in. Like, you don't see her in the video, but then she had a lot to say. Then she has a lot of beefs with people, and it just seemed like people who get to the threshold of success, and then you jump over that line, and all the bumps in the roads happen.
That's when everything is going to happen, though, once you get there.
But it seemed like she can't take that heat.
Right, I was saying, that's when you're actually supposed to prove yourself. Like, you know, I am ready for this. And to me, that's all it is showing me that she wasn't ready for her blessing.
But she's been doing this forever.
You could be doing it forever, but once that new blessing coming in, you're not, like, she just didn't handle it right. So, you know, I feel as though that she could have actually handled the situation a completely different way, me personally speaking.
So we didn't get to our second ratchet story, but I'll let it linger on to the next segment. So we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back. Continue to have conversations on the line, the live. Damonn will be checking in on that. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BigExposedRadio.com.
Big Exposed Radio.
It's a family affair if you want to look at it that way.
It is. I totally agree, and I believe I believe that this wisdom on the wall is going to be a movement, and that's what I believe we are doing. Is we're creating a movement where people essentially, even after we've presented in these workshops, then they'll be inspired to sort of document some of the things that they've gone through and empower somebody else. So it'll be like a chain effect. So they'll see that, you know, we were just three women who have gone through various things and experiences in our lives, and we just took the opportunity to sit down, put it in a book, and then it'll be a movement, and then other women will be inspired to do the same thing. Let me tell you, we are better together. We are so much better together, family. I'm telling you, when we band together, put our resources and our experiences together, we can create a movement, and that's what it's about, inspiring people to do more than what they may currently see of their own lives, that they can do so much more. So, yeah.
You are exactly right.
Be Inspired Radio Show. Tune in every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin' Street? Girlin' Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What's up? My name is Tracy, and I am reporting live from the AMC Theater. I just had the blessed opportunity to see the Black Panther movie, and it has to be one of the best experiences of my life, and I've lived a pretty good life. And I say that because I have never witnessed myself on screen in such a way. I have not witnessed Black women in their power the way that I just saw on that screen. I need y'all to know, from the hair, it was just a sea of nappy. It was a sea of, oh my goodness, y'all, the blackness, I can't even describe it. So I say, to definitely see it. I say that I understand that there is a whole group of people who are really, really angry at people for being so excited about this movie. And I myself have had my reservations. Like, I understand it's just a superhero. I understand it's just a movie. But I come here to you today to tell you that Hollywood has fucked up. And I say that Hollywood has fucked up because when everybody make mistakes, right? So you put out this movie and in your mind, you're seeing the money that can be made. You're seeing all of that, not realizing that in the midst of all that, there are little sprinkles of empowerment. There are sprinkles that we can't even uncode right now, that we don't even understand the impact that those images and the words in that movie have. And I'm not going to do no spoilers, but I'm going to tell you like this. You can be mad about people being mad and excited about a superhero character, but to do so would completely discount the impact that entertainment has and continue to have on our lives. I take it back to the rock and roll music when Chuck Berry was bringing the races together. Change your mind. You understand? When Harry Belafonte was singing on TV with that white woman and she touched his arm, things change. I'm trying to tell you, I understand that this is not the end all be all, but it is a stepping stone. It is a beginning. It is absolutely empowering to see yourself on that screen. I can't even tell y'all. I sat in that damn movie. I couldn't even keep myself together. I'm sorry for whoever I was sitting next to. I'm crying, I'm clapping, I'm laughing, I'm shaking and shit. Y'all, an awesome experience, but it was beyond entertainment. That movie is planting seeds, and Hollywood has fucked up. Black people, oh my God, they were so beautiful. Oh my God, y'all. No, I just say, see the movie, decide for yourself, but understand that everything that has happened in this country, there has been a lead role from the entertainers. There has been a lead role from the entertainment industry. Do not discount it and say, oh, it is just a movie. Oh, it is just this. People, thank you. Black Panther forever. Tracy Jiggets, and I'm out.
Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. That voice you just heard was of the Tracy Marie, the magical Negro, Jiggets, that is. Like I said, I love my friend, she a crybaby. But she was giving her reaction to seeing Black Panther. Now, I watched it, and I was trying to wait till everybody on my team got to see it. Maybe we can plan a trip soon to go see it together, and then we can do a reaction to it.
I didn't see it yet.
I know, that's why I didn't want to say nothing. I just want to
put it out
there. Really, it was hard to really get tickets. One, like Towson was shutting down viewings of it. The types in movie theater. Apparently, people was like they don't really want us out there, and there was probably too many Negroes coming see it, and they not used to that many. You know, they already restricted children coming into the mall, right? But people don't even go to that theater that much, so they should have been happy. But that was Tracy Jiggett's reaction to seeing the movie, and it's kind of the sentiment of many people who have gone to see the movie. And a lot of people was remarking, I hope when the primaries come up, the midterm primaries come up in November, I hope people come out like that and vote and such and such. I agree with that. Right. But aside from that, we were there have been a lot of backlash because even though there are only a handful of white people in the movie and everybody is black, the director is black, the costumer were black, most of the producers are, or the screenwriters, so on and so forth, are white. And that's a problem for some people. And a lot of people were calling them out and saying that 25% or allegedly 25% of the profit from that movie should go back to the black neighborhoods because this was mainly promoted in black neighborhoods. And they use a lot of advertising that kind of went to the heartstrings of people in terms of cultural colorism, woman, feminism, so on and so forth. But the backlash from it, because people found out who wrote it, so it wasn't a black man that wrote it, meant it wasn't significant and it wasn't important. And we saw the same thing happen with the Nat Turner movie and several movies like that. 12 Years a Slave, stuff like that. So we see this. Soon as something happens, we go right to, well, there's the link, there's the missing link, there's the open gap for me to go into and totally destroy this whole thing. And it's during Black History Month. And like, I just saw so much negativity coming from people.
Right, and like all these other Marvel movies, come on now.
That with no black people in it.
Right. Why are you tripping? You had 3 Spider-Mans. I think one was borderline Chinese.
Right, and you didn't say anything. There was nothing said about it.
Right, I was happy when I saw Jamie Foxx in Spider-Man playing the villain. I was like, oh snap, we got it.
It just is distasteful. Like every time we get to this point, there's something that has to be said about it, and it can't just be, wow, this is another great movie. You know, but we don't realize we set the trends.
Right.
These people who make these movies and fund these movies are looking not at the numbers that the last movie made,
right,
but they're looking at the reaction from the people that are spending their money on it.
Right.
And they're looking at what is being said on social media to determine, do they want to make another video like this again? Because they don't want the controversy to come back and bite them.
I say make another one because it's just opening the doors for more black artists. And
yeah, but
actors.
We have to collectively understand that. And if you want more black people to write stuff, you can't criticize a Tyler Perry.
Right.
You can't criticize individuals like that. You can't do it. Even if you don't like it, you can't criticize it. Because that person's work will be the only work that you see. They won't let another person that may be better come in. They won't do it.
Well, that's anyway. Everybody will criticize everything that somebody does.
But you, this whole idea that you have a platform, and this is a platform.
Right.
And I try not to ever spew hatred.
Right.
And it gets to me on a level where, if you realize how much free promotion you give to stuff that you don't like. I don't talk about stuff that I don't like on here. I rarely let other people do it. It's crazy to give light to things that you don't like. And then the stuff that you do like don't last long because you ain't giving it the same amount of light that you giving it.
Right.
The reason that Trump could be president is because we gave him so much free promotion. Everybody was talking about him. Everybody was talking about him.
You know, Russia has something to do with that too, though, right?
No, we can blame Russia a little bit. Russia leaked Hillary's emails. That's what Russia did. Russia let fools win. That's what Russia did. Russia let these conspiracy theorists have something to talk about on their YouTube live streams. That's what they did. You know, but they didn't find anything. But there are still people that say she not to be trusted. After all this stuff that we see coming, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Black Panther because I'm about to be mad. But I'll stick to the costumes. For me, and her name is Ruth Carter, and I believe she went to Hampton University. She did a phenomenal job for this to be her first like action hero movie that she's done costumes for. She's had a phenomenal impact on this movie because that's going to be the first thing that you see outside of the rows and rows and rows of blackness that you see in this. You're going to notice the costuming. It's not so outside the box. It feels familiar, but it's very futuristic, very back then. It feels real tribal, but yet so like in the future. And that's the only thing that I could really look at. And I'm the crazy person because the next time I watch it, I'm going to be looking at acting. And then the time after that, I might get some entertainment out of it. But I'm always looking at things that kind of catch my eye and put me in that mood. If you want to join the conversation, tell us what your reaction to the movie was if you got to see it. I know a lot of people didn't get a chance to see it. A lot of movie theaters. A friend of mine, he went to a movie theater and it was skipping. It wouldn't play. Yeah, it wouldn't play.
What movie theater was that?
I'm not putting it out there.
Security Mall?
No, it wasn't security. He's bougie. He probably went to Arundel Mills. So call us in. Give us your reaction if you got to see. If you can type that in there, their reaction to the Black Panther movie. Did you like it? Was it everything that? Because most people who are real nerds, like comic book nerds, don't like the comic book, and they expected for this to be garbage. But they didn't take into consideration somebody was writing a story over. But it was awesome and phenomenal. I'm not gonna get into it because then some people haven't seen it yet. So have you seen it yet, Eric? Are you going to go see it? He's asleep. Eric sleep. Did you see the movie, Eric? Are you going to go see it? That's not your swag? You ain't find a date to go see it yet? You will be quiet. Are you looking forward to going see it? Are you looking forward to go see it? You are? You just trying to find that special someone? We're trying to find that special someone for Eric. If you want to go with Eric to go to see Black Panther screening, call us 410-702-5657. He likes them a little hood, a little classy, smell nice.
And definitely know some martial arts.
So he physical, he aggressive.
That'd be a plus.
No, because then they're going to be fighting. Don't do that. See, he's starting stuff. We're trying to find him a date to go see the movies. He's free Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. He's not allowed to go Fridays or Saturdays because he's got to work on this show. But he's free during the week. He probably will go during the daytime. He looked like he might want to go to the movies at the daytime. You got to buy the popcorn and the food, and he'll get the tickets.
Yeah, or put the butter on the popcorn while y'all walk.
No, Eric don't look like the buttery popcorn type of person. So if somebody call in and say they go with you, you go?
Callers.
We already said it. 410-702-5657. We trying to find a date for Eric. I mean, maybe even this dude over here. You want to take him out to the movie theaters. But he likes to be treated. He a sugar baby. So Eric might be one too. So you never know. You never know. This Baltimore. Dudes be kind of smooth in Baltimore like that. So Eric Holmes, you know what, sir? You got to come on here. We got to get you on here because he got a lot to say. And we need that opinion on here. But again, the movie was phenomenal. If you have seen it, call in 410-702-5657. Again, Eric and Damonn are looking for a date to go see it. Call in 410-702-5657. Let us know who you want. I'll take a picture of both of them and we'll put it up on the page. And Eric, see that now he's smiling. Is he smiling? So he want to go. Okay.
He like, oh.
All right. So we gonna put their posters up there, and we gonna get a date, and I get to choose who the person. You get one vote. You get one vote, and then I get the final say. I may choose who you choose or not. So we're gonna post their images up there, their photos. They gonna probably get all greased up and lathered up for the photo at the end. So we go. Why you shaking your head, Eric? Like, I'm trying to get you some passes to go see Black Panther. You know how hard tickets are to get right now? Just the first weekend. Right. Everybody bought their tickets.
Everybody had that once they first started making them.
They did. They went on sale about a month ago, I believe. In most places, they were on sale.
And which one was at the release of that as well?
Who?
What's his name from? He did Charlie movie.
I don't know who that is. See, he be on random individuals.
No, we interviewed him for the director of the Charlie movie.
Of the Charlie movie?
Charlie movie.
What's the Charlie movie? Are you saying it right? I don't think you're saying it right. You being real disrespectful because I don't even think. So we're here. I just said it like we wasn't just talking about something totally different. So real quick, I was watching this video online, and it was entitled "Black Man G Checks His Little Brother for Trying to Join a Gang." Fix your mic, Damonn. He's so demanding.
Is that better?
You should pull it up some. Because it's not right. It's not in your face.
Bada boom, bada bang.
So, this young man, G-Check, now he is punching his brothers in the face. Like, straight punching them in the face.
He must be the oldest one.
Yeah, he looks like he's the oldest one. They look much younger than he is. And he's, like, punching them in his face. And part of his remarks, like, if Mom found out that y'all was doing this, she'd beat the hell out of both of y'all, too. So to prevent them from joining the gang, you do what the gang is going to do to them for joining them.
Initially.
So now they feel tough enough. If they can take your punches, I can take these punches.
That's the whole hood coming at you, though.
Yeah, but you mad enough to be able to take that.
Right. I mean,
that doesn't work for every person.
He definitely could have went a different route about that. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't suggest anybody joining you.
I mean, I posted it, and some people like Monty. He said, well, you know, if his brothers would have did that, he probably would have listened to him. You know, that don't work. That wouldn't have worked for me.
Right.
If I had an older brother, we fighting, and I don't think we're gonna be friends after this, because that doesn't work. Aggression doesn't work for me. Aggression only makes me not listen to you because I feel like you don't know how to communicate. So you go use your fist instead, and then if you use your fist, then I'm gonna have to use my fist, and then it's a misunderstanding.
Battle of the brothers, right?
So now you it's battle of the brothers, but at the same time, that's not how you solve problems. You teaching them that this is how you solve problems, and I can say that because I've been in that situation with a younger brother, and it doesn't work. You strain the relationship. You run the risk of straining the relationship and losing a relationship.
During a situation like that, I believe like something's missing. You know what I'm saying? And I believe they need to find it. So the best way to be around that is show them true, genuine love, and really talk to them about the consequences of that.
Right, and not punching him in his face. Like because that's what they gonna do to him out there.
Like, why are you joining the gang? Where are you?
Some people don't know how to have conversations like that, but we do. And when we can return, you will realize that. So we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Be Exposed Radio.
And more money, let them know like you're gonna get a hit if you do some rap stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, appropriation, like they be getting their money. I was just about to talk about that too. Appropriation is it appropriation when they do? Because you know Miley Cyrus. Like think about it. You got like Miley Cyrus. You had Justin Bieber, and you had like even Katy Perry and Pink. You remember? I don't know if y'all remember Pink. She used to do like some hip hop stuff or some like R&B stuff too. Do you think that's appropriation? Are they taking from the culture without like?
I don't know. Like the way I look at it is, if it seems forced, then 9 times out of 10 it's not really them.
Yeah.
So then it's appropriation. You feel me? But if I hear sincerity and the genuineness in what you're doing, and if they decide to label it hip hop, and your skin ain't the typical hip hop skin, you feel me? I can accept it as hip hop, like, cause hip hop is what we do. Like, you feel me? Like people don't look at it like that, but it is. Like, and Busy B himself told me that. You feel me? Like, rap is a thing that we do. You feel me? And hip hop is something that we live.
Right.
So if you telling me your truth, but your skin and my skin on opposite sides of the barrier, who am I to say that that's not hip hop?
That's true.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
These breaks be real fast. I'm just gonna let you know that. So, I think I wrote the importance of telling your story and getting paid. Is that what I wrote? Okay, yeah, okay. So, I didn't write it on the right page. So I was reading this article by this interview done on Viola Davis, and she was discussing the pay gap between people of color and non-people of color, I guess. And it is definitely a problem. And for some reason, everybody else is being heard when they talk about this. The young lady that was paid $1,000 to do some reshoots versus Mark Wahlberg, who was paid $1 million to do it, versus her $1,000 to do re-edits. Now you face this now, but if Monique said that, it would have been a problem. And I'm sorry, I'm riding hard with Monique. I don't know Monique. Monique ain't never paid none of my bills, but I just find it disrespectful. Now, I told that if you go to the Artist Exchange page, you'll be able to read the whole interview with Viola Davis. But I kind of transition into this. There have been a lot of people, men, that have been speaking out. And it's crazy because I haven't heard that many women speak on it. But there have been a lot of black men and white men that have come out criticizing Monique. Specifically, there are 2 white men that I never really thought was funny, that are comedians. One is an actor, he does movies, but he's... You're talking about Will Ferrell, aren't you? No, not Will Ferrell. They're both... This guy was in... This one white guy, he's in a lot of different things. His dad used to be an owner of a radio station that was like a disco that then turned into a hip-hop station. So they both feel like they got clout in the black hip-hop community because they're like comedians and they hang out with like hip-hop stars and they white dudes and they wear sneakers, shit like that. Yeah. But they both went off on Monique, and I found it to be very disrespectful that nobody said, hey, dude, I may think she crazy, but you shut the hell up. Right. Because they were going after her. The one dude went after her after Will Packer made a comment about her being difficult on his movie. It was a Last Christmas or Next Christmas or whatever the Christmas movie was she just did, and he was like, no, because you and she. That's the one we showed last week. You showed some of the interviews from some of the hourly employees, right, that supposedly said she was difficult. And she has, I said last week it was 50, but it's 20 some interviews that she did with various hourly employees that had a totally different story than what Will Packer reported. But my problem with journalists, bloggers, vloggers, YouTubers, Facebook livers, anybody that has internet on their phone, they pick out what they want and then they promote that, and then somebody else that's dumb enough to not listen to what the actual person said versus what they saw on a headline is ridiculous to me.
And that's sad that they do that. Like, they just pick out, like, and you can say a whole bunch of stuff, and like you said, they pick out that one spot, but that one paragraph, like, you missing out why that was said right there.
Right. And as a radio show host, Now, everybody is trying to get Monique on their platform to talk about this. But this one radio show host, her name is Shauna, she brought Monique on. And you heard the interview, but the image that they are showing that depicts this interview is Monique doing like this. But in the conversation, Monique was talking about something totally different. But that's the image that station chose to put out on that artist that came on their show and got them ratings.
So they rather put up negativity to bring their ratings up.
Right. But even the live interview, the young lady, Shauna, said, well, when you came in here, you didn't even look at us. Or when we started the interview, you didn't want to. She was like, well, when I first came in here, you didn't even address me. Now, somebody coming in here on my interview, and I'm the host, I may be busy doing something else, but I'm going to take a moment to at least say, hey, how you doing? We're going to get back to you in a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Now, if you choose to leave like another piss poor guest there last week, then that's your own problem. But anyway, if you choose to stay for the interview, and this is the person that's about to talk to you. This not something like, but you could tell the lady was trying to go at her and trying to make her look like she got an attitude problem. And Monique must have, in that moment, was like, you know what, I'm not doing this. I came on here to talk about this. This is what I'm about to talk about. And she went right into her story or right into her conversation that they brought her on there to talk about Netflix. Right. And she said, you brought me on here to talk about Netflix, and here you go. And she went into telling it, and they were trying to like dig at her the whole time. And it was really sad because it was another black woman. And you could tell they was just trying to make Monique out to be this monster. And I've met her a couple times. I don't think she's a monster. I know, and she's admitted it a few times. Like when she first went to Hollywood, she got Hollywood. Because she was into the mysticism of what Hollywood was supposed to be, opposed to just be yourself. And sometimes you get lost in that when you got a couple more dollars in your pocket. You forget, I was just hungry a few minutes ago, so now I gotta be together. But I'm always ride, especially in situations like this where I feel like somebody's being bullied and somebody's being made to look like a fool, because you're not gonna tell me that.
It seems like they're trying to blacklist her, to be honest.
Right, and she was never blacklisted to begin with, and that was her whole argument. That's her whole argument for saying all of this is, I didn't put this stuff out. I was just defending myself. Right. Or I'm a comedian, so I'm going to talk about the shit that go on. You know, Kevin Hart can sleep with people. What's his name? Chris Rock could have affair. Right. What's the other name? Dave Chappelle could go crazy and nothing said. But Monique, and it's a problem. And it's sad that a lot of her same fellow black women comedians are going after her, but you are steps from being in her position. The moment you have a bad day, some more that she being a bitch today. We ain't messing with her no more.
You gonna be up on a windy wheel,
right?
And all that stuff. And just
but let's go to break, because that's why I like Hot Topic Days, because it's stuff that I think about on a daily basis.
I got a hot topic for you once you come into this day.
You're not talking. It is.
Hey, there's my son. You've been in your room all morning.
Hey, Dad.
Matt, what's wrong with your voice?
There is nothing wrong with my voice.
Oh, well, it's just sort of.
I have been playing my video games and electronic games for so many hours.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds like it might be time for you to take a break, or...
Hello, Dad.
Susan?
I have been watching TV and text messaging all morning. Yay, electronics. Yay, yay, yay.
Guys, I think it's about time to get in the car and take a little trip. Maybe see some trees, some green things.
What are these green things you speak of?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Get out to the forest and discover the wonders of nature with your family, just like Blue, Jewel, and the whole Rio flock.
Let the kids connect to their roots. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah! Woo-hoo!
Let's rock this jungle.
Yeah!
Fresh air.
What a glorious morning.
Clean water.
Woohoo! This is great.
and endless surprises.
Yo, this is untapped territory.
How amazing.
Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to
Then what you're
going
to do is turn onto Marcy Avenue.
Just broke up,
and go past the first
apparently
3
she's
lights,
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then drive
think
5
she's
more
happy,
blocks,
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the
Anyway,
right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat, and apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What's up and welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. We're live on BeExposedRadio.com. We are now in the 8 o'clock hour, and I have a story for you. What do you call a visual artist that's a hater?
A hater?
Okay, I thought it was a special name for it, but apparently you're just a hater. To all the visual artists out there who had something to say about Miss Amy Sherald's, I think I'm saying her last name, painting of Michelle Obama. First of all, if you go watch her, look at her work, she stands very true to what her work is. But I saw visual artists who I have seen cry because somebody has copied their work. Like, I've seen them physically whine and cry because they think somebody has copied their work. Call this young lady's work high schoolish or something that their child did in middle school. I think it's very disrespectful because every artist, it was known that they were going to pick 2 black artists to do their official portraits. They actually were the first 2 black artists to ever do them. Amy Sherald and Mr. Kennedy Wiley. Kennedy Wiley did the portrait of Barack Obama, and he stayed true to his design. He normally does this floral background, and he puts the image of the person in the forefront. Well, Amy Sherald did her rendition of her painting. She did hers. And for me to say rendition, she did her painting. That's what she was paid to do. That's what she was commissioned to do.
Right. And to me, I was looking at it, and like you said, it was so much negativity. It's like, I don't even know why the world is like this, or the people in the world have so much negative.
And Black History Month, like,
right? I'm like, come on. I love the painting myself. To me,
and to top it off, and this pissed me off because it was artists that I know personally, who I know how sensitive they are about their own work, promoting this white ass lady. And I'm sorry, because I have white family members and white friends, but this white artist, this white lady who did something similar to what Kennedy Wiley did for Michelle Obama. It was sickening to me that you can't let somebody win. Like, it ain't been a week. Let her win for a second.
Right.
They chose her.
Right.
So apparently they looked at her work and saw her body of work and chose her. Now this taps into the psyche of black people. You think Michelle Obama would have let that painting be unveiled without seeing it first?
Right.
Do you? And even she didn't say. She said somebody need to go look at that, because if I ain't happy with it, I ain't gonna be happy.
You gotta go.
And we gonna have to postpone this unveiling for another couple of weeks.
Because how can people judge art? Ain't art is your own way of how you see it and how you?
It's personal. Art is personal. So, art is really subjective to the person that's watching it, to the person that sees it. There's no such thing as good and bad. In school, And that's what I have a problem with the Micahs and Towsons and the Loyolas and shit in this community, especially with the arts community, because you telling people what is good and bad art. Now our dumbasses are starting to believe it, and it really made me mad because they were artists that I know that were making these statements, that were sharing. And I have an issue with her because she's a white lady, but I have the issue with her feeling though she had a better image. And knowing that you a white lady, you put your shit up there against hers.
Right.
And you purposely did that.
Right.
So everybody is sharing her work and like, well, I really think that's better.
Right, because some people like, oh yeah, the contouring is off or the shading is it. Man, shut up.
If you look at her body of work, that's what she does.
Right, and that's
so
how.
you think they just randomly picked her name out of a hat?
To me, her painting, it resonated in me because it brought me back memories. Both paintings did, and it just like it brought me back to that old time, like that struggle you went through, like, you know what I'm saying, or bring you back from like just like history.
I hate black people sometimes. Stuff like this make me hate being a black person. I love being black all day, every day, and you'll never take that away from me. But this type of crab in a barrel mentality makes me sick. And it was people she's from Baltimore. So I saw a lot of people applauding her and really giving her praise over this time that they found out she was the winner. But the moment they saw her work, like, I can do that. I could have did better than that. But everybody had an opportunity. Right. Everybody could have put their name in a hat.
Right. Why you?
Everybody could have you know, it wasn't really publicized how they chose the artists that they chose. Right. But I'm sure it was in a community somewhere. I'm not a visual artist, so I didn't hear about it. But I'm sure it was out there. But they picked her. You think they just blindly chose her because she was a black girl? Like, they was hating.
Don't hate, congratulate.
I mean, and whether you like the painting or not, they were trying to analyze Michelle's, like, trying to analyze whether she was liking it or not, or her facial expressions.
Man will try to find fault in everything. No
everything. No, it was sickening to me. Like, it really made me sick to my stomach just to see it.
I tried to put, I pushed past the negative, trying to block that out, because I was just trying to look at the good things, and I was reading the comments for a while. I'm like, man, is there anything nice that people going to say?
No, and most of the comments were people who you know were visual artists.
Right. Because they
I can take the people who ain't painters. I can take that because they don't know no better. They ain't read a book in a while. They ain't been to no museum. That's ain't what they do. I get that. You sitting up there, you clocking into Verizon 9 to 5. I understand it.
Right.
You don't have no creative energy like that. But these were visual artists that's on my page that I'm watching talk about this young lady.
And some of these people just throw paint on a canvas and say it's art.
Right, but even that, if that's what your art is, it's your art.
Right, but
you would cry if you were on a platform that's like this and your peers were like throwing rocks at you this way. You would probably be hanging yourself right now.
Right.
And I'm glad that Michelle came out and Barack came out shortly after and made statements on how much they did like it, because I know that they saw the paintings before and they have every option. Like, you know what?
Like, I like the one with Barack Obama, because to me that stood out. Like, it meant something. It was like, you know, probably back in the day for like Adam or something. Or Eve.
But we've seen Kennedy's work.
Right.
His work is more well known. You know, he's turned into the celebrity painter. Putting famous people in the forefront of his paintings of flowers. Right. So we've seen his, and this is like this popularity contest. This young lady started painting later in life, and I'm quite sure she didn't start painting, but she started publicly painting later in life. And I didn't have an issue with it because I saw her body of work. They had a color they kept saying it didn't look like her, or the fact that she made it gray, or that's her perspective. Right. Like, if you look at her body of work, that's what she does. Like, it was just, I'm not going to say black people no more because it's Black History Month, but I just hate it. It makes me mad.
The certain individuals that put things out there like that.
Yeah, like, and the same people that's so woke, the same people that are so pro-black, the same people, and I understand you can have a level of good art and bad art, but why put it out there that way? And then you promote this white artist. That happens to us all the time, and you purposely did this piece to outshine her. Like, I don't like that, and you're not gonna win. Right. That's why nobody knows your name. Nobody knows who you are. because that's the type of artist you are. And we get so upset, and that happens here a lot in Baltimore. There was just a case like a year and a half ago where someone took someone's whole context and just copied it.
Like if people support more and just stop doing all the hate per se, we will grow.
You don't even support me because that's hard for you.
Right. I mean,
just mind your business. Stay in your lane.
That's crazy.
Just stay. Do it. If you felt like you can do better, let me see you get picked for. Let me see if Trump gonna pick you.
Right.
Like, you think he gonna pick you? Hell no.
He's gonna pick an orange cream.
Right, and people just mad because they didn't get chosen or he didn't choose them to do it. Like, it's.
Move on. Life goes forward.
It's just it's a severe case.
Believing, like, is this the painting that's going to be in the White House? Like, so what if it is?
It's sad.
Yeah.
And I want us to do better, but we not. So it's okay.
Sure. Also, I'm going to just switch topics a little bit. I was reading an article on Digital News and Media Limited. I'm just going to read this little brief thing. It was pretty much talking about the school in Utah where students from the age of 11 and 12 were they said they had to say yes when someone asked them to dance. This was for the Valentine's Day dance, and they was talking about, like, is this true that it's actually a school rule that all, like, the girls alone, just the girls in the school from age 11 and 12 had to say yes when asked to dance. And they said it's just that they are working on, like, it's meant
what are they
it's
trying
meant to
to
teach
do?
students to be how to be inclusive
or tolerant. Are they trying to teach
like,
tolerant?
I don't know. They like not to say for people not to say for them not to say no. But if they got if you're to me, it's like you making them say yes.
I get what they're trying to do,
but I don't think it's the right way to go about it.
It's not the right way to go about it. But at some point, people in general, specifically children, because adults grow up and do the same thing.
Whatever school district at that.
But if I feel like that's too much to force somebody, because now I can't say no.
Right.
I can't say no, so you're taking my choice. What if I just don't like that person? What if this person is trying to harm me? But we can't jump to that conclusion.
But that's what the parents were talking about as well. They're like, I don't feel as though this is right. You know what I'm saying? How is this really teaching our kids the right thing?
It just really is. We have to learn how to raise our children to be respectful of everyone. You don't have to like everybody, and that's something that you learn as an adult. You're not going to like everybody. You're not going to be liked by everybody, right, and you have to be able to deal with that in life.
Because the school said they were trying to promote kindness.
So I see what you're trying to do, but you just can't do it that way. Like, you can't force somebody to like somebody.
Right.
But you should not shun people, or like the whole idea of there being cliques. There was a moment in our, like in my middle school, where we all had to sit, like you had to sit according to your name. You weren't allowed to sit with friends or whatever. So you had to sit according to your name. And that class was more comfortable. I was more comfortable in that class. And not that, because I didn't feel the need to sit by my friends. I didn't feel the need to be distracted. And I actually did listen more when that happened. But I could see some people was dying because they were sitting next to people that they wouldn't normally sit by. So it's the idea of, you know, just being nice to people. I think is a better way to do that. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe do more outings.
Right.
And maybe randomly select the people versus, you know, like you can't tell somebody who they gonna go to a dance with.
Right, and they actually made this a rule. That was the crazy thing. It's an actual rule in the elementary school that they cannot say no when asked to dance at a school event.
It sounds strange, but it's crazy enough. We've gotten to that point where that is the norm, and people have to be shown how to treat people.
Right.
And because unfortunately they're not getting it at home. Nobody is telling them, nobody is sharing with them or telling them how to treat people outside of their circles. And children don't know no better. If you show them better, then they'll do better. That's the problem I had with the brother that was quote unquote G-checking his two little brothers. Like, that's not showing them how to act.
Right, that's just showing them more violent.
You're trying to prevent them from being in a gang that may or may not be about violence and drugs. And what are you doing? You're using violence to do that. Like, I can understand somebody being so angry. I've been that angry at little cousins that did stupid things. Like, but you learn it only creates. So now I have cousins that look at me like I'm their uncle, or I'm that family member, like a disciplinarian, opposed to. And a lot of them don't come to me for stuff. You know, some of them, once they get to a certain age, we're cool.
Right.
And they understand, like, yeah, I was being a fool. But that whole process between that, I could tell, like, some of them don't deal with me like that. And I treat everybody like that, you know, and I G-checked a couple cousins. And I don't have a problem with it, but I'm saying I see how it created a rift. So putting your hands on people don't help everybody.
I G-checked a couple, but I ain't put my hands on them. I really just
I
showed them tough love.
He lied. He lied.
I ain't lying. I showed tough love. You know what I'm saying? Because once I found out, like, yo, really? And it was to the point, like, tears would come to their eyes, but I didn't physically touch them.
Right.
It's because of the words I was saying to them, like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? It's not about this, you know? And I was showing them that.
So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here because, you know, he was just rambling on and on and on and on. And when we come back, we're going to actually give away a pair of earrings. So if you're a lady and you like earrings, I got a pair too.
Homegrown radio show.
Oh, thank you. I don't want any company.
Don't interrupt solo nachos.
Yeah.
For real.
Listen, I was sitting with a friend at a restaurant. So we were at a restaurant. It was a coffee shop, but we had a table to ourselves. This man came up and sat next to my friend. And for a second, we didn't really know what to do, so she got up to order another coffee. And this man had the audacity. This man I've never seen before in my life just sat there. He had the audacity to ask me, will you go order me a coffee?
What?
I laid in.
What?
He's like, go order me a coffee. Like, have you lost your mind?
Excuse me?
The older I get, the sassier I get. Because you have to be. I don't want to be that way. I'm a nice person. But if I have to pull that out, I absolutely will. Yeah. So I told him, I'm like, frankly, sir, this is traditionally not what's done in a restaurant. And you're making me uncomfortable. I need you to leave my space. My friend and I went to the upper part of this coffee shop, which was like a rooftop bar. We were smoking hookah. Same thing happened. He sat next to us. He reached out for our hookah. And at that point, I didn't really know what to do at that point because I don't know what's going through his head, but he's kind of stalking us in this restaurant. She's my same height. I'm 5'4". She's probably 5'5". You know, we're small. What am I supposed to do? And I thought, if he's here in my space for another 30 seconds, I'm going to have to tell somebody because I'm feeling so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What if he follows me back to my car? What if he follows my friend back to my car? And the fact of the matter is, maybe he didn't have any ill intention, but because the state of the world that we're in now, I had that fear and my friend had that fear. And I'm sure any woman in the city would have that same fear if the same thing happened to them.
Yeah.
It's disgusting that it happens. So men need to understand that, one, my body, my rules, your body, your rules, and that's fine. You're not entitled to anyone else's body. You're not entitled to anyone else's friendship.
What's up,
or
guys? It's Shepsworth Bentley, and you are tuning in right now, live to Homegrown Radio, every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
Wow, that was a nice little introduction. Wonder who that was. Anyway, how y'all doing, everybody? We are back here on Homegrown. And the guy, my friend was like, hey, there's a young lady walking down. He's like, hey, you should go holler at her. And I'm like, nah, man. You know, I'm a shy guy anyway, so I'm not going to do that. But he's like, yeah, do it, man. Go ahead, do it. So I said, hey, how are you? She kept walking past, and my friend also yelled out something as well. So she had stopped and she had looked at us or whatever, and she said, this was the day before Christmas too, it was so bad. And she's like, God damn it, it's Christmas. Like, leave me alone. And I'm like, what's wrong? I'm just trying to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally trying to talk to him, catcalling. And I'm thinking,
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
She was about to send to the law. I have every right to disclose this information. No, I don't. So welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BigExposedRadio.com. So you were telling us a story before we left.
Oh, yeah, just pretty much. You kill it with love. You kill it with love.
You would come back with those words.
Right, you kill it with
Get
love.
your life together, sir.
But no,
Now
I'm
your
saying-
heart is heavy.
No, I'm just saying, because like, if you do have family members that's trying to do stuff like that, and it is how you approach them, you can make them, you can either break them or you can just make them more rebellious.
Yeah. Is it music playing?
Yeah, I think.
You can hear it on the headphones though, right? Hello? Oh, I thought I heard music.
I'm not hearing it.
Aren't you out there jamming?
Yeah, it's Friday. You know you out there jamming.
So, again, we're trying to find a date for Eric. Lil Rick is what they call him. He wants to go to see Black Panther, and we're trying to find him a special someone to go with him. If you would like to call us 410-702-5657, or you can call in and tell us what your reaction was to seeing the Black Panther movie. Are you for it? Are you here for it? Are you boycotting it? What's your side of the story? So call us again, 410-702-5657. Here on the Artist Exchange, we want to help you promote. So let us help you promote your business, your brand, your events, your products, your services, all that jazz. We have some affordable packages here at Big Exposed Radio that are meant and are customizable for you and your budget, and helping you to promote your brand and your product and your services and your upcoming events. Let us help you promote. You can call me at 443-839-0118, or you can email us at theartistexchangeradioshow@gmail.com. Again, that's theartistexchangeradioshow@gmail.com. If you're looking to start a show, if you have a show, if you want to bring your show to the Be Exposed Radio format, email us at info@beexposedradio.com and put in the subject line, Nate, I want a show, and we're going to help you get that done. Also, we have a number of events coming up, one of them being Blueprints. Blueprints is a project that has sit on my heart for a couple years, and was now at the 10th year since it's been first developed and done. And we're doing a special project for that, so listen out for some upcoming dates. It was going to be a regular play, but we've kind of switched some things around, so stay tuned, stay locked in for some updates on that, and we'll be promoting that soon enough. Sharon Nixon, what do you want? I just received a vendor request. Can I refer them to you? Yes, you can. So I said I was going to give away something this day. So I'm a little jewelry designer or whatever. I'll be doing my thing. I learned to make some earrings, and I want to give this pair away. I was feeling kind of generous today, and I wanted to just share some things. It's been a while since I really sold jewelry or even made jewelry. I actually just made these actually. But I love making jewelry. Jewelry is really therapeutic for me, and I want to give away a pair of earrings. So you can call in. So the next person that calls in will get an awesome pair of earrings. I'll take a picture of them and send them out to everyone. But give us a call, 410-702-5657, or you can text us at 443-642-9403. Again, I'm just, being generous. I have not, like I said, jewelry making for me is therapeutic. And it was never anything that I expected to build a business out of, but it was my first business actually that I legitimately started and created, and it has fed me and done some really good things for me in my life. And I want to get back into it because I miss it. I look at the pieces every day, and I try to get into the mood of making and creating again, and it doesn't happen for me the same way. But recently I've gotten some buzz, and I've seen a couple people. I say this a lot, but it amazes me when I see somebody I don't know randomly in the streets with my jewelry. And the other day I saw this lady. She did like one of those PSA photo shoots where I don't even know. I think they were. It was for health insurance or something like that. And she took a picture, and it was like a flyer on the side of a bus. And I saw her with my earrings on. I knew they were my earrings that I created. And I didn't even know this lady. And then not too long ago, a friend of mine, she did a video shoot for her music. And she tagged me in it. And she kept tagging me in it. And I kept watching it. And then I watched it one night, like really late. And she had a pair of my earrings on. So it really made me, like little stuff like that. It could really boost your ego up a little bit, but it made me feel some kind of way because I had let it go. And when you step away from your artistry or your craft, it really hurts if it's something that you really enjoy doing and if it's something that really brought your life joy. I enjoy being an artist. I enjoy doing radio. I enjoy working with artists and helping artists develop themselves, but you have to be fed. You have to make sure what you're doing. Those are things that I've been gifted, like gifts that I've been given to help artists. But my talents have to be fostered and nurtured as well, because those are the things that are personally for me and given to me. And the gifts are things that I'm supposed to give away to you. But jewelry making has been something that has helped me personally, physically, mentally, and sometimes emotionally. So it's really
like therapeutic for you.
It is. I started really making jewelry when I was really young, and I learned to make jewelry when I was an adult. But it was something I always did. I always would like take stuff apart and kind of reconfigure it after I finished. I wore it a couple times and got bored. I would like try to make something out of it. But to piggyback on that, it is therapeutic for me. But we actually started a maker series here. We did our first one with Mr. AJ Hayes, and he showed us how to make zines. And I don't even have my zine. I think no, here to go over here.
He left his zine.
I did. I couldn't find it. So we made mini zines.
I got my zine. Yeah, I got my zine.
He's weird like that. But he's really proud of it. But we have a maker series coming up, and we want to help you promote what you do. So if you make something, even if it's as a hobby, it doesn't have to be a business that you have, but it's a hobby. And if you want to make it a business, come on, I can help you do that. Hit us up, the Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com. Let's see you make it. And you bring it on air, and we make it all together, and you show us how to make it. Like AJ helped us. He showed us how to actually make our own mini zines, and we made them. I'm not saying they were that good, but they were kind of. I like to take my time. I don't like to rush. Right. And we were talking, and that was messing up my. I'm quiet. Damonn is supposed to be doing something, but I don't think he's gonna do it. I should call him out next month and be like, "Hey, it's your turn." And see what he's see what he said, because we may make jewelry next month. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna go to another quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BigExposedRadio.com. I see my big cuz Ravenette.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Exposed Radio.
Let me do that.
There's certain things for everybody.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
There's a time and a place for everything. Maybe if I'm sitting down reading a book, and then I'm like, all right, cool. Let me throw this Lupe on, get this real lyrical going on, and maybe I see a whole nother side of something. But if I'm sitting down with a bottle, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. Like, you might turn on the right Lupe song, you feel me? And because I'm drunk, I'm going to get lit for it. Right. But, yeah, for the most part. Nah.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Shepsworth Bentley. And make sure you guys check out Homegrown Radio every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. right here on BigExposedRadio.com. It's new, fresh, Baltimore radio.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
What does hustle hard mean to you? What does that signify in your life?
That's a lifestyle for me. You know what I mean? Like, true story, I was born into a family and a community of hustlers.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the Artist Exchange. Damonn is over here assaulting Eric as we try to find him a date to go watch the Black Panther movie. He really wants it. He's fighting it right now, but he wants it. He has a type, and he's afraid to say that he has a type, but it's cool. We're back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BigExposedRadio.com. I'm just going to real quick shout out a couple people that's been on the thread. My big cuz Ravenette. Apparently she's a Ravens fan. They don't win, so why would you be a Ravens fan? Whoa. Mr. Eric Holmes, Mr. Michael Wright, Damonn, HullyWood. My time feed started over, so that's all I can say. So continue to comment, share it out, like us, let people know. We'll be back here tomorrow. Actually, a young lady, she wrote a book. And the whole book just jumped out of my head. But she made a movie from her book, Water from a Broken Glass. And they have an actual movie coming out. So she's going to come back and talk about it. I believe they're just in the last phases of the editing. And opening, the premiere of it will be next month, actually. So they'll be coming and talking about that tomorrow. Well, she'll be coming. The author of the book will be coming. And she had someone direct the movie for her. And so we'll be talking to her tomorrow. Next week, we have a few interesting guests coming on to finish out the month of Black History Month. And we haven't done much. Like, we normally do a lot more for Black History Month. This year, it was just, it sprung on me. So I didn't really plan well for it. But I love history. I love history. And more so history in terms of being a dramaturge. I love doing research and the backstory on plays and the significance and time of plays, but I love history. I love Black history. Like, I'll read, if you give me any book on Black history, I'm gonna read it. I love it. I love research, and I do a lot of research. And if you look at our Instagram page, you follow us on Instagram, _artist_exchange. You'll see we kind of spotlighted a few people. I don't do the everyday thing. I'm not going to try to keep up with that, but I do more research, and then the ones that are really interesting to me are the ones that I hold on to. But don't forget to follow us on Facebook at the Artist Exchange group page, where you can post all your upcoming events, your art. You can network with other artists from around the world. We actually up to 4,500 members now, so definitely take part in that. Be a part of that community of artists that we're starting to cultivate on Facebook. And you can also follow us at the Artist Exchange Radio Show page. We have a fan page as well, and we're on, like I said, Instagram and Twitter at the Artist _artist_exchange. We pull a lot of our guests from those various pages, and we try to promote your art. We have a put your ad here ad going out right now, so we promote you on our social media as well as live on the air. So definitely hit us up, the Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com. Or if you want to talk, I'm a talker. You can hit me up directly at 443-839-0118. I'm gonna start forwarding them calls to Damonn, cause maybe he want to talk to you too. You never know. And now Damonn, he's actually a budding videographer and photographer. So if you need your photo shot or headshots done, hit him up. Where?
You can hit me up on Facebook. You can send me a message on Instagram at King HullyWood. Also, you can hit me on my email address, which is dhallbooking, is DHULL booking at gmail.com. Yeah, I'm not giving you my phone number, not out online. I'm just playing with y'all.
Because it's out there already. That's why we want to limit it now, because he's already blasted it.
So, no, just send me an inbox, and we can definitely talk further, and I can send you an invoice and everything like that.
And if you're looking to be interviewed, you want to be featured on the show, hit us up. We're always looking for interesting individuals, artists, community leaders, people doing great things that want to engage and expand their reach and talk to our interesting group of listeners and so on and so forth. Definitely hit us up, the Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com. We need your help. I'm not afraid to ask. I'm that person. So we can't do this without you. We need you to listen. We need you to come on. We need you to share and help us create this and share this with individuals that you think could help them out. And we're all about helping artists and entrepreneurs reach their fullest potential. So if you're looking to just showcase what you do, if you have a hobby or it's what you do for a living, come on to our Maker Series. It's the second Saturday of every month. We help you demonstrate what it is that you do. So you show us here what it is that you do, and we help you promote that. We're doing it live on air, so we can come to you or you can come to the studio, whichever one is closer. I'm trying to get Mr. Eric to show us some of his moves. He's into martial arts and such, but I don't think he gonna do it because he kind of nervous about somebody. But we still looking for a date.
Both, man, you got a sparring partner right here, man. You looking right at him.
Eric looked like he would dust you.
I will fur Eric.
Did you hear that, Eric?
You see his face? He's like,
I want to see this.
Finally,
so how much time we got left?
Reaction out of him, though.
So the next segment, we're going to be out in the lobby, and we're going to see what happens.
We're going to see some 360
You ready, Eric?
Some horse kicks, some axe kicks coming.
He said, yeah. He said, yeah.
Yeah.
So the next segment is on.
Yeah.
What time is it? We about to go to break?
8:41. We're going to come back. You're going to be seeing some type of powering up.
So we about to go to break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Let me get my live ready so I can see this bullshit.
Yep. Watch is ringing bell. Hold up. How you do it? We'll do it like this, right? Round one in the blue corner. We have HullyWood.
I heard about that life.
We have Eric.
I can see he been waiting to beat somebody up.
I know he got. Look at it. He already mugging. He mugging me the whole time since I said that. Look.
I mean, if you ready, I can get my live together and
he can do a demonstration. I'll let him attempt to kick me. You know.
He said he gonna let you attempt to kick him. Did you hear that?
Yeah, and I'm gonna block it.
You gonna let him talk to you like that, Eric?
That devil grin he got on his face, though. He said, "What's up?" He's like, I'm down for it. Look, now we got him. We got him in it.
Second Saturday on the Artist Exchange. Bring your workout gear.
Live sparring match.
Now, Damonn's a little older, so you gotta go a little easier on him. So don't drop kick him so hard that he can't get back up. Cause we got some shit to do next month and for April, so I don't want him disabled.
Right. No kicking below the belt.
So you gonna be ready second Saturday?
He's always ready. That's why I like to hear. He always ready. Bad. You
We taking y'all photos today. Y'all gonna be on it.
Pillow and a onesie because it's night time for you, buddy.
He is really in here talking crap. I think you need to let him know how serious you are.
The ones with the biggest bark got the weakest bite.
Damn.
Yeah, but I ain't barking. I'm telling you how it is.
That sounds real creepy. He said, night, nigga. Night.
You wanna go night, nigga? You wanna go night, nigga?
Are we still on?
Yeah.
We still on air? Oh, you let us do all that on air? So, second Saturday, now that's why I'm putting it out there. Second Saturday, Eric's gonna come and demonstrate on Damonn, because I'm gonna beat the hell out of him. I don't play them games. I fight people, children. But so second Saturday of next month of March, we're gonna have a demonstration from our own Mr. Eric Way. I put his old government out there. I don't care. Just to make him more angry. So we're gonna have a demonstration for our Maker series. He's gonna show us and demonstrate us how you take down Damonn, and it's gonna be real, cause Eric don't look like he play for fun.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not worried.
You not?
Not at all.
Should he be, Eric? Should he be worried?
Like, I'm not saying Jack. I'm just gonna show him.
You gotta talk it up a little bit. You know, Mayweather says something every now and again.
Yeah.
Eric, that mean he crazy, cause he ain't said nothing. I'm nervous. I'm had to bring some icy hot or something. I'm gonna be on Eric's side so he don't go so. Somebody need to calm him down a little bit.
It's cool. You know what I'm saying?
You sure him?
Yeah, it's cool.
I don't want you to be nervous. You can't be like, oh
I'm
no.
not nervous.
I got the kids this weekend again.
He better not bite my ear like Holyfield did Mike Tyson.
He just look. No pulling hair, no below the belt.
I'm kicking in the nuts. None of that.
I ain't say that because if you gotta do what you gotta do, maybe you might need that.
I ain't worried.
This is what happens on Friday night sometimes on the Artist Exchange. I'm an instigator. I'm not. Some people say I'm shady. I'm not shady. I'm a truth teller.
A Royal Rumble.
No, this is a demonstration. Now, if he beats Damonn up live on air.
Now, how many of y'all believe that this is going to happen? Please, call in. I would like to see y'all votes.
Now, you got crazy in you, Damonn, but Eric is...
See, I can't see Eric's eyes. That's the only thing. He always keeps his eyes.
Eric is certified.
You gotta lean down a little bit. Let you know. You gotta give us a Forrest Whitaker eye real quick, you know?
So stupid. So this has been another edition of the Artist Exchange Radio Show. I've really had I've had fun this last few years doing this. It sounds like I'm about to say, this is the last show. Right. Getting close to that. But I really am excited for what's to come. I got some really good advice today. Just stay the course. Like, the money comes, it goes. You have ups and downs, but if it's your dream, it's your passion, you gotta stick to it. Like, no matter what it is, stick to it. Like, most people not gonna believe you. Most people not gonna believe in you. Most people not gonna see your vision. It ain't their vision to see. So you can't gauge it by what somebody believes or what they feel. You gotta really go for it yourself. You know, that's something I tell a lot of people. Like, you gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the work. That's the difference between this generation that I'm in, the generation that's behind me, and the generations that came before me. Like, they either put in the work or they settled. And I just, no matter how hard this gets for me, I can't settle. I can't give up. I can't let defeat or failure make me fearful of this trying again or dreaming big. Like, I just made a goal for a project that's coming up, and it came out. I'm not gonna say it came from nowhere, because I believe in God, but it really it made me, even after the dream was put out there and I talked to a few people about it, I felt fear. I wasn't afraid, but I felt fear, because I was like, this is a big dream and you're just Nate, like, you can't. And I've been able to do things before and since then, and in addition to, and I don't ever I've always been a person that just keep walking. I'll walk and I'll see the end of the cliff, and I'll still walking off the cliff and do it and not have any fear. And the whole time I'm like, this is going bad. Oh no, this is going bad. But I still have always kept going, and I just have never had that type of fear in me. But I just see a lot of people who settle and sit on their dreams. A lot of these people that's hating on Miss Amy for doing her job and being in her lane and being obedient to what she's here for. Right. Hating. We gotta stop that. We have to really put ourselves in a space where we are forward thinking, and we are we're doing what we're here to do, and we're not looking at somebody else's wallet, somebody else's lane, somebody else's destiny, and we're really making, because when we're doing that, and you surround yourself with people who are going after what they're going for, like, you can't help but to be happy. I had an awesome conversation with Ms. Richburg this morning, and she just called me. First of all, she called Ms. Richburg. It was early. I'm just gonna let you know that off the top. And I didn't get back to her until a few hours later. But I really appreciated the conversation, because it gave me the energy. And you have to surround yourself with people like that, that sometimes they don't know that you're going through, but they just got a feeling, or they just want to give you some extra boost. And sometimes that extra boost is boost. Right. It ain't even extra. You needed that. You on E. Right. And you really have to surround yourself with people who believe in you. I don't understand what you're doing. I may not see your vision the way you see it, but I want to see you succeed. And not everybody has that. So we have one more segment to go. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show. And up next, we got It Is What It Is Radio Show. Maybe. We'll be right back.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty when he rants about his staff.
I agree. Can you come on. I told you stop touching that button. Why is it so loud? God. Did you turn one all the way up again? Do I have to come in there? God damn her. If it was going right, I would let you do your part, but I'm sorry, but it's just not functioning the way it's supposed to be. You're live on the air. I told you mind your business.
Well, Monty, if I can comment on the Jennifer Holiday situation, I can.
I know I'm live on the air. I'm sorry, 1 second. Okay. I know I'm live on the air. This is why this whole show is called Talk Lately. Anyway, let's get back to every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe, but are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
So, since we're talking about the book, can you give people a synopsis of what the book is and what's the name of the book again, and then what it's about?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Why are you zooming so fast?
There's too much going on right there, so you really have to focus on it. It's like walk down, put the camera, hold it
like. Somebody, are we back on? See, Ark is, you know what? Ark will set you up. Ark is one of those people. He's one of those candy camera type of people. Like, he one of them people that, like, whistle blow and have, like, the secret video recorder on him taped to his, like, bird chest or something.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. Like, he be catching us slipping all the time. So, welcome back to the Artist Exchange. I could just tell by his demeanor sometimes.
You mad about that light.
Ark, he's talking a lot of trash. I think you need to show him a taste before he leaves.
I'm good. I'm not even hungry right now. He said show him a taste.
He is in here joking you, Ark. You don't even care, do you? He said he's not even bothered.
No, he's like Bruce Lee. I'm silent.
So we taking their pictures tonight. We doing headshots tonight.
Boards don't hit back.
I'm ready for this. Second Saturday. What's that? The 13th? Find out what date that is for me.
It's like a finger pointing to the moon.
Find out what that date is. And Eric, nobody can say they sick. Nobody late. We gotta come. We starting.
Which day you say? The 23rd?
The second.
Oh, the second. What?
This man.
I ain't hear you. Second.
It's like sometimes.
Second Saturday.
So what you do for Valentine's Day? Oh no, you said you didn't do anything. I'm not gonna bother Eric no more because he might swing on me, and that's gonna be a misunderstanding. I'm just gonna explain that to you, sorry. But so the next show up it is what it is radio show. We have an awesome lineup of shows here on this station, Monday through Saturday. So take your pick, listen in. Go to our website, www.beexposedradio.com. Subscribe, like us, like our radio show page, the Artist Exchange Radio Show and Be Exposed Radio. We have a phenomenal thing going on here. And if you want to be a part of it, hit us up and we can make that happen for you. We're looking for unique and outrageous personalities to come join us here on the station. We're located in downtown Baltimore, if you wanted to know. We run a live station here, so just know that if you can get here, then you can have a show. We've had people come from as far as Pennsylvania to do a show here, so it's open and available to you. So we have slots available Monday through Sunday, so join us. I'm kind of even killed today because I like when the weather's a little cool, but it's not cold, it's not hot. I don't like this up and down. I've been trying my best. You know, and the last thing I'm going to say, I didn't get a flu shot this year. Now, whatever was going on with them shots, I ain't about that life.
They injecting people with the virus, even though it's a
And I kept saying it's not a virus. In those, it's not supposed to be a virus.
They just killing people. That's all they trying to do, man.
I'm just saying, I need information because this the first year I did not get, and I just started really getting them because I've been working around a lot of snotty-nosed children, and I didn't want to ever get sick. And you have to get them when you're working in certain environments. But I ain't about that life. And I'm going to just say I didn't get mine this year. And every time I went to go do it, I'll be like, all right, I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to get that done. And I always forget. And I didn't get it this year. Now, it's too late in the season for me. Because I feel like I'm trying to kill myself if I get it at this point. But I'm just saying, if you got a flu shot and got sick like that, but a lot of people was like really sick. Like really, really sick. And that's scary to me. So I'm nervous. I'm just feeling really cool today. You know, you cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Chill, laid back.
I'm cool.
Flowing.
I'm kind of nervous with Eric because now Eric want to fight.
That's okay.
He in fight mood now. So he might get you before you go out the station. So watch yourself.
You gonna do me how he did Bruce Lee when he was walking away, kick him in the back of the neck or something?
I ain't playing with Eric. So this has been another awesome edition of the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Catch us tomorrow at 12 p.m. We'll have Miss Odessa Rose joining us. We'll be interviewing her and talking about her new movie, Water from a Broken Glass. And I am very excited to hear what's coming up. I've read the book. I've interviewed the director, the screenwriter, and now we're going to hear about the actual movie, the film, which is very exciting. So definitely, we got a couple more days left in February. Let's be positive. Let's like each other. They're not going to fight until next month. I wouldn't let them fight in February. That's not what we're about. But in March is on second Saturday. What's that, the 13th?
Oh, the second Saturday in March?
Damon's scared now. He got it.
Oh, I ain't never scared. The second Saturday is the 10th.
The 10th?
Yep.
So the 10th of March, Eric will be demonstrating his martial arts. Is they martial arts? Is that what you call them?
So. Mixed martial arts?
We're not doing no hood fighting in here. That's not what happened. It has to be a skill. Okay? All right? So, again, that's the second Saturday. If you want to show us your skills, why can't I speak?
It's okay. It happens every now and then again.
The Artist Exchange Makers Series, where you come on and you demonstrate with us. Or we can come to you. We can do some live remote interviews if you are a chef. We're looking for some chefs. You know a chef?
Yeah, my cousin.
I ain't talking about nobody that just cooking.
I mean, did they have to have the complete degree in it yet? I mean, they can cook. He can cook.
I ain't messing my stomach up, boy. So, join us tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon here live on Big Exposed Radio on the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Pew, 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 pew.
It is what it is. Radio show.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, listen. All right, Shay.